I want to give massive thanks to all of my supporting members and patrons. Thank you all so very much. Hello, good evening. Welcome to each and every one of you. It's great to see so many people here right from the off. As always, lots of the regulars and a few new names as well. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I have a little bit of an apology. Well, I suppose I should apologise first for actually having a debate with Brian Leakey, but I did. And then it was on Modern Day Debates, and then I restreamed it on this channel. I think it was last night. You'll have to forgive me. I've been working all strange hours. It was a restream. Now, quite a few people very, very kindly super chatted. And of course, nobody read out those super chats because there was nobody sat here. So what I want to do is, first of all, quickly run through those super chats. As I said, I'm very grateful with them, and I think if I'm going to do a restream again, I'll put a not live tag or pre-recorded or something like that to give people the knowledge that it's not live. Okay, so let's quickly run back. First one was from Mr. Roy Liu for €5. Thank you. Brian should ask for help from Santos Bonacci's tech team. Yeah, Brian was struggling a bit just with a mobile phone. And then he cut out twice as well during the stream. Each time he was gone for several minutes. Never mind. And then we got, gosh, I can't even say the name. CHRNC Avenger for $5 US. How many degrees does that 10-mile measure? Now, how many degrees does it take when viewed along the path? Brian had, to be honest, it was a bit like Quantum Eraser's Alice and Bob crap, which Brian also brought up. He had this idea of if you could see two islands and a ship going from one to the other, would you see it going up and over the curve? Scale, dear boy. Thanks for that, Avenger. And Mr. Roy Liu again, €5. Mr. Sensible, do you get compensation for personal suffering? Well, we pay in other ways, I think, and I have been struggling a bit today. Actually, Brian was a nice guy. I can't knock him for that. He was genuinely a nice guy. He liked to try and talk over me, but I think that was just him. There was no nastiness from him, so I do want to give him credit. If you're watching, Brian, I enjoyed that. That was great. Mr. Dave Vinci, super chatted €5, saying good job, Mr. S. Thumbs up. Thank you very much for that, Dave. Hypervirtualist, super chatted $5 US, saying absolutely nothing. Thanks for that, Hyper. And then Hypervirtualist super chatted again $5 US, saying, please explain why a lighthouse has to have a tower if the world isn't round. Good point, Hyper. Good point. Why do they build them so tall? Wouldn't it be easier just to build them down at ground level? You could change the bulbs more easily then, couldn't you? But for some reason they build lighthouses tall. Tornagorn, sorry, beg your pardon, super chatted $8.99 New Zealand dollars. Thank you. Didn't say anything. Appreciate that. Some old dude. I'm not being rude. That's his name. Some old dude. Some old dude super chatted $5 US saying, hi, Mr. Sensible. Hi, some old dude. And then he super chatted a second time, $5 US, saying, ask Brian why he tries to debunk theories he admits he doesn't understand. That isn't how debunking works. Yeah. Brian did have, shall we say, several areas where his level of expertise was somewhat lacking, including saying that the temperature just dropped as you got higher and higher, and he seemed quite surprised when I interrupted him and just said, no, that's wrong, because the temperature drops until you reach the stratosphere, and then it starts going up again, and then it starts going down again, at which point he said, so you're saying there's no pressure gradient? I don't know where that came from, and said, I think something like, so temperature's nothing to do with refraction. He was all over the place. If you haven't seen it yet, face palm protection is very definitely recommended. It's rather a long stream, but I'm really glad that I did restream it with the side chat because I was at work, but every time I got a minute, I would watch a little bit on my phone and watch the chat, and there was a great atmosphere in there. You guys kept it cheerful, had a good laugh, for which I'm pleased, because that's one of the raison d'etre of the channel. Fight stupid, but have a bit of a laugh. Right, so let me just check everything's up to date, because tonight we have got a treat for you. Absolutely beautiful, totally gorgeous. Me, and also a guest, Jessy 102, also known as Jessica when I'm cross with her. And if I'm really angry, she's called Jessica 102, which will really annoy her. But she is here, and I'll bring her in just a couple of minutes. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. No. So I'm going to bring her across to the live now. And so, Jess, if you're going to switch on your camera, if you want to switch it on now. Yeah, if you want to switch on your camera, I'll switch it on now, because I will make sure it's all working at my end. Well, actually, it still works, so let's just double check. Yeah, we can do it anyway, with or without. Are you there, Jess? Can you hear me? Oh, maybe she's wandered off. Tonight's topic is Riley. Maybe she's wandered off for a Riley. Okay. Well, hopefully she'll pipe up in a minute. She's just... Oh, I can't hear you, Jess. I'll make sure I've got my desktop audio on, but I can't hear anything yet. Well, she's there. You can see a little picture up there. Or you can see her big picture down there. But for now, we'll just wait till she pipes up, because tonight's topic is Anthony Riley. I've just seen Dog Walker say Jessy 102 is gorgeous. Yeah, but what about me? Come on. Oh, what's happening here? Things are changing. I think she's trying to get a cam going there, but I still haven't heard anything from her. Hello, Jess. Jessy Jess. Oh, everything's moving around. This is the pain about doing it through Discord. I will have to find a different method of doing this, because it's changed the order. Oh, that's weird. Ha, try that. Okay. Yeah, I think most of you know, because it's been discussed in the community. I know Fight the Flat Earth did a stream about it. I'm not sure who else is, but Jessy did a video, and I had seen it, because I was also thinking of doing a video about it, but Jessy had it covered. So what I did was I contacted her and just asked if she was happy with me mirroring it, which I did. No, she's not muted. I haven't muted her. I can't hear her. I can't hear her. As soon as I hear her, you'll hear her, because the desktop audio is on. Hello, Jess. I think she's not at home on her PC. So, yeah, sorry, I was just reading a comment there. Not at home on a PC, so there might be some sort of connection type issues. Oh, thank you, Limey. Oh, my volume is a bit low. Oh, it is, isn't it? How about that? Is that any better? Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Yeah, Limey says I've got the most beautiful bald head. Thank you. You made my day. Chuffed I am. Dead chuffed. Oh, I see someone mentioned Arnold. Arnold has been sat here all afternoon, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start the stream with Arnie. And what did he do? 2 minutes before we start, he cleared off, didn't he? Sorry, you're not bad too. Thanks, dog. Yeah, don't let it happen again. Don't let it happen again. Oh, she disappeared. I think she's talking to Colon, try and get things sorted out. Stop censoring Jessy. Colon, if you can hear me, because it's just me on screen now. I can take a DM. Oh, actually, she's DM'd me. Okay, yeah, she's got connection issues. That's fine. She'll try again. So I'll wait for a DM and then bring her in. So I won't go into the whys and wherefores and who killed who about Sleepy. We'll wait till Jess is here. What I don't know if you saw when I was showing. Let's have a look. When I was showing this view, coming up on Tuesday evening. I think it's 2100 BST. I'm going to do a live takedown of Mitchell from Australia, because I had done that video about bitcoins where DITRH had offered 3 bitcoins for 1 evidence of the flat earth. So I provided 30. And then Mitch did, well, what was it he called it? He called it a debunk, I think, of all of my evidences. Only he didn't. Absolute total fail. So I thought, it's a long time since I've done a live debunk. I'm going to do a live debunk and take him to pieces on every single last one of those. So I'm looking forward to that. And apparently Mitch is as well. I'll wait and see if I get a DM from either either Colon or Jessy. You can give me a DM when it looks like Jessy's connection is ready. Brian, it's a Discord window I'm capturing via OBS. So I'm just waiting for Jess to come in. But the way it keeps reordering it, it might be that I'll have to do some jiggery pokery, because it looks as though it decides to flick them in a different order every time she connects. We shall see. Let us not be downhearted, siblings. One total disaster is just the beginning. Yeah, so Mitchell from Australia, he's a special boy, isn't he? Anyone seen any of his flat earth school? It seems to consist of going to the beach, waffling for a while, getting some stuff wrong, and calling a job a good un. I will try and tear Mitch a new one, Jezza. I certainly will, because basically he either sidestepped the questions, giggled inanely, misquoted me, or just got it wrong. So it's going to be enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. And I've got a challenge for him. It's a simple challenge based on something he said. And I'm going to be offering him some money. Because at the end of the video, he said that he's unemployed. Actually, he said he's self-unemployable. I think he's basically refused the vaccine and goodness knows what else, and is not able to work. And so he's trying to live off flat earth. So I'm going to help him. I'm going to be offering Mitch some money. Free money that doesn't cost much at all. He will be able to earn that money with a piece of paper, a pen, and a protractor. It should take him 10 minutes or less. And he'll show me the result, and I will post him forthwith and with haste 100 of the finest sterling pounds, freshly polished. Only I think they're probably quite safe and they ain't going nowhere. Sable, please do have a claim for those bitcoins. One thing they said is because I hadn't downloaded the app and hadn't watched 2 weeks worth of DITRH videos, then it's not a win. Well, I don't see why, because if I provided the evidence, does it matter if I had seen his counter or his explanation first? I don't think so. And they also said, we only asked you for 1, you provided 30. Well, that was predicted, wasn't it? What a cop-out. What a cop-out. I would download his app and watch 2 weeks worth of his videos, making notes about each one to prove I've done so, if those 3 bitcoins are held in escrow and there's a neutral arbiter of whether I met the criteria or not. Under those circs, I will download his app and follow every step. I didn't think there's a hope in hell of him paying up, and I think even if I had downloaded his app and had religiously watched all of his videos, and produced a slam dunk evidence, like let's say I got a lift on one of those rockets and I personally filmed it with an overlay grid so there's no distortion, and there you go, there's the entire earth, he'd still find some way of trying to weasel out of it. I don't trust him for a minute. Right, Colon Oh, I have got a DM from Colin. Let's have a look. Okay, we're going to try. Get Jessy in again, and let's see how it goes this time. Oh, hello, Jessy. Give her a second. Hello. Oh, I heard you then.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yay!
Finally, I don't know what happened.
So, is the camera working, or are you going to go without camera?
Give me a second to go back on the call. Ah, there it
There
is.
you are. Oh,
I think
that was in Flurf Vision. Then it was portrait.
that
But but
was by accident.
but what I'm going to
I
have to do,
have
because
to.
it's actually just showing me twice, so I'm just going to have to, which is nice. I'm available in stereo now. but
Ooh.
but what I'm going to do is just do a bit of tinkering, and let's see if we can. Where I don't know what I'm looking at now. Hold on, you're above me, aren't you? So let's bring. There we go.
Ah, there I am. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so
Right.
close to the thing.
I'll get rid of that. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Let's try with the other view then. Ah. Oh no.
Oh,
So we'll have to try that again.
infinity, Mr. S.
Yeah. An infinite number of me. Well, that can't be bad, can it?
It absolutely
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Your
So,
makeup is on fleek today.
yeah. Yeah. We to those listening to stream, me and Jess did discuss makeup before the stream started. Make sure we were both gorgeous, and we are, as ever.
Hmm.
So at last we got you here. How are you then, Jessy?
I am very good. I'm excited. I hope the Wi-Fi is okay.
It's a bit stuttery, but it's not bad. I
Yeah.
mean, you should be able to see via my screen how it's coming through. If you're not happy, we can drop the camera. It's up to you. Well,
If it's fine, we can, if when we go on it gets worse, then we can just shut it off
yep,
and
yep,
just
not a
do
problem.
voiceover.
If only we could do that with people like Anthony Riley. I do want to say congratulations on your video. I genuinely thought it was excellent. I genuinely thought it said everything that needed to be said, which is why I asked you if I could just mirror it rather than just duplicating the effort and give your channel more exposure as well. I understand you
That's
picked up some
amazing.
subs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such a great compliment that people were so positive about it because I just winged it. It was again one of those videos where I wasn't sure, but I uploaded anyway, and most of the time those are the videos that do the best.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good, good. I mean, that can give it a naturalness. I know you put cuts in because I mean you're going to stop and think and stuff like that. And you don't want 5 minutes of you stop there thinking before you carried on. But yeah, I thought it was. I genuinely thought it was really good, and I think it went down well. I was actually surprised how many people hadn't heard about the Sleeping Warrior thing. It just
Hmm.
shows that although you, I, Fight the Flat Earth, and whatever have a certain amount of overlap of subscribers, we've each got other subscribers as well who may not be aware of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think especially when it's about children,
Yeah, I
when
think.
when
Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
I just wanted to say it's just so, I don't know, I get so angry about it because I know how it was when I was a child on the internet. It's a completely new world
Yeah.
and you don't know about the dangers. And when you text with someone or chat with someone and they say they are a child too, you believe them. That's why you're a child. You don't have the critical thinking skills most adults have. Let's be real, those
Mm.
those are not one of them, but um, you cannot expect a child to see or to spot other people deceiving you.
Well, let's
And
face.
that is where the dangers are.
Of course, and let's face it, plenty of adults get deceived. That's why we have all these, scammers, romance scammers and things like that, telephone scammers, because people are trusting, which is good, but you do need a level of doubt, which perhaps kids wouldn't have. I think what we need to do is actually have a look at what Sleepy did. He sent. I'm just going to wait for it to come to my screen in front of me because I've got eye issues. That's why I didn't get much sleep. I worked a night last night, had 4 hours sleep. I had to go to the opticians because I've got a problem with my eye. And it turns out I've got posterior vitreous detachment. Basically, the gel has detached from the back of my eye. That's not a big problem, but it's caused... Yeah, I'd never heard of that. I'd heard of retinal detached retina, but this is slightly different.
Yeah,
It's not a big problem. It's just a case of wait till it sort of fades away. So Sleeping Warrior, I forget whose channel was he on when he posted this, Jess?
it wasn't Flatsoid.
Flatsoids, yes, in response to Mr. Victory, or is it it's Mr. Victory?
Mr. Victory's radio.
That's right, Mr. Victory's radio. I'm not sure if it's the same Mr. Victory as used to be around as Mr. Victory, but I assume it is. And Sleeping Warrior said this. He said that he'd been targeting kids for years. If you think that sounds dodgy, it suggests more about you than it does me, mate. And what he's talking about is he's talking about going on TikTok because he pretends to be a child. I'm not sure. Oh, yes. We act as children and we talk about how our teacher was cornered when we asked him these questions. So you scummy trolls will never be able to find us. It's beautiful. When the time comes, you'll realise it's us. But right now, just know that we are all over TikTok and telling the kids how Newton is not science anymore, that Einstein is, and both are a false dichotomy and correlative only. The egg test is getting around and the kids get it instantly. Yeah. Pretending to be children on TikTok in order to push his rubbish on them. It's despicable, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that's why I kind of called out Rachie in my video, because my last interaction I had with Sleeping Warrior was in her comment section, and she defended him. That's why I called her out on it. But she was on my stream in the side chat, and she said that she doesn't condone any of this behavior, and she said, kind of similar to me, if you believe in the flat earth bullcrap, then you should push the narrative as yourself and just hope that people go with it and have faith. If you try to manipulate children and pose as a child, you apparently have doubts yourself, because if you can't do it as yourself, as an adult, then there's some kind of faith missing if you need to manipulate children and pose as a child to get them into believing in it. When it's so logical, why not trust that it's logical for other people?
Yeah. I mean, Riley was always big on saying how he would write a thesis on whatever to get things into schools. Yeah, that would but that would be the way to do it. That would be honest and open. It'd be peer reviewed. It would be tested, and if it held, then that would become the new paradigm. What you don't do is basically trick kids into believing stuff that you can't convince adults of, that you can't evidence.
And it is grooming. I don't know if it's illegal in England, but in Germany it is illegal as an adult to pose as a child online, regardless of the intent of why you do it. It is illegal. We have a law for the protection of the youth in public spaces, and that includes online.
Yeah, I'm not
what
sure.
He does here is illegal.
Yeah, I'm not sure on here. I'm not sure in the UK if pretending to be a child is strictly illegal. I think it depends what you're doing. Obviously, there's the obvious, which is illegal, sexual grooming, and nobody, and we'll be clear, and I know Fight the Flat Earth made clear as well, nobody is accusing him of that or anything like that. So that's definitely illegal, is a criminal offence. But just posing as a child, I'm not sure, because I know that many people are even nervous just of speaking to children. It was actually around 10 years back now, I think. I was sat at a pub with a few people I was working with, and it was by a little canal. It was lovely, nice summer evening, and schools had obviously come out, and there was this boy, he must have been about 10 or 11 years, walking past carrying a box. and he stopped for a second and opened it up, and it had a cake in it. And I said, I was just sat there at a table. He was walking past. I said, oh, wow, that looks like a nice cake. And he was really pleased. He said, yeah, I made it for my mum. And I sort of said, well, I'm sure she'll love it. End of. And 2 or 3 people I was sat with said, what are you doing? I said, what? You can't just talk to him. Why not? It was totally innocent. There was nothing wrong. And quite apart from anything else, there was about 20 witnesses. But that was just being a nice person to another person who happens to be young. That there was, it was just talking to a child. There's nothing more than that. And he was happy,
Yeah, absolutely. Because in this day and age, people are scared, especially men are scared to talk to children because people still think, what, women can't be predators. Yes, sure, they can.
Definitely.
But we see it every day when there are male teachers. When there's a big article that a male teacher had some relations with a student, then everyone's like, oh my God, how can he do that? When you have the same situation with a female teacher and a male student, everyone will go, or especially some men will say, oh, I would be happy if that happened to me when I was young. She's so hot. It's the same situation. When you just switch the genders, everyone is outraged. People still think women can't be predators. And that is also a big problem. That is why many of those things get undetected. And on the other hand, there's the situation that, as you said, that men are immediately told to be kind of predators when they are talking to children, which is so dumb.
Yeah, it's not. Your camera had frozen for a while, but it's just burst into life really good again now, which is so I'll pop you back on screen. There we go. Yeah, because the last thing you want is for an adult to be scared of talking to a child, and that's a male or female. They should be able to talk to a child. You've got to be sensible. You don't take the child off to somewhere hidden away from everyone else and all that sort of thing. But just talking every day is no different than talking to another man or talking to a woman. There's no difference. I despair that people can't see the difference between ordinary social interaction and something sinister. But I do think, and it is, as I said, no one is intimating that it's anything sexual, but I do think that this business of Riley is sinister. What he put in that message. I'll pop it back up on screen again so people can have a read if they want to. I'll leave it up for a little while, because someone said to me, well, maybe he's just making it up. I checked TikTok and I couldn't find anything, and maybe that's the case. As far as I can see, there's 2 possibilities. Either he is doing what he said, in which case that is totally out of order, totally unfair for those children, and I think definitely needs to be dealt with, or he's doing it, it's just bravado and he's putting it out for attention because, everyone's talking about him. But I think it said on Fights Channel, the problem is he could get himself investigated. I am fully aware that at least one person, and I'm sure there's others, have reported him to the police, the NSPCC, which is National Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Children.
And internationally, I read comments from people from France and from America. They reported it, so those authorities will go to the English authorities and say, hey, guys, you should look into it.
Brilliant.
Even if it's not illegal in the UK, that they just take a look at it and see if something's happened. Because I think even if he just said it to get attention, the damage is still there regardless of the intention. Because I had so many flat earthers in my comment section saying, wow, what a great idea. And he's doing God's work and whatever. He still gives other people the idea. He still suggests that it is a good idea. And also, as he said, he wouldn't do it as himself. And I doubt he would upload any TikToks himself.
Yes.
I would think he goes into comment sections of other kids' TikToks. So there would be no way for us to find out who he is. only when we pose as children and have him in our comment sections, because we don't know where he is. We don't know how he targets it. We don't know the comments he writes or the tags he uses. That is the problem.
Yeah, because
How could we find him?
I had a little look through, and I couldn't see. Oh, by the way, people, thank you for pointing out that my coming up date I put as the 18th instead of the 20. What is it? 21st. I'm correcting that now. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think he's just he's it's bullcrap. I don't think he's done it. I think he thinks it's funny. He thinks that people will talk about him, which we are, not appreciating that there's a big difference between good publicity, bad publicity, and bloody stupid could get you in trouble publicity. I mean, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. It is possible that he's just trolling, but he's the kind of person I would think it is also possible that he would do such thing.
Yeah.
And apparently there are many other people that think it the same way. That's why people are that outraged about it. But as I said, regardless of, because people always say, oh, these are just flat earthers and they just want attention, ignore them. The damage they do is the same, even if they really believe in flat earth or they just pose to gain money and whatever. The damage they do to manipulate other people to believe in those things, to kind of almost brainwash, let's be real here.
It is brainwashing.
The damage is there regardless of the intention of the guy making those videos. That is why the whole debunking community is, I think, important.
Absolutely. I just had a super chat from UK Pie for £2. Thank you, UK. Saying love to Jessy.
Oh, thank you so much. Love to you back. Yeah, my camera froze again. I'm so sorry.
It comes and goes. Don't worry about it. If it freezes, what I'll do is I'll switch to me, because I'm better than nothing. But if your camera's working, we'll switch to you because you're better than me. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's really stupid. The other thing is, you may not be aware, Jessy, because plenty of people, especially trolls, think that they're untouchable when they're on the internet. Well, already I have had issues with two people, Nathan Oakley and Sleeping Warrior, and for both of them, for those incidents, I got the police involved. And with both of them, the police ended up speaking to them. So he's not, what's the word? He's not invisible. I mean, for a start, he uses his own name, of course, but he can be found. And yeah, the police ended up speaking to him because what that was a while back. He had an intro on his videos, and it was playing a song and showing pictures of me, Fight the Flat Earth, Bob the Science Guy, a couple of others, and basically he was calling us spastics. Spastic, which is it was an old medical term, but it became highly offensive. It's extremely offensive here, and he thought it was okay to use it. And his reason was some not the main dictionary definition, but a later dictionary definition, which he felt made it okay. I didn't feel it so, and nor did another guy who was extremely upset from another country. And both of us complained to the police, and he ended up having to explain to the police. And he basically stopped doing it. So if the police...
Because he had to.
Because he had to, yeah. Because it's... I mean, I know different countries have differing things, and some are extremely highly... regard freedom of speech. We do here too, but we have some limits. Hate speech, sexism, racism, disableism. Now, other countries don't, but this country we do, and he's in this country.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Oh, you do too.
And
yeah.
in Germany, for example, you can report if someone insults you. Technically, if you have proof, for example, on a video, if someone sends you a voice note, for example,
Yeah.
demeaning you, you can go to the police and say, hey, I don't want that. That's harassment to me. I want to get this guy charged. And they can actually they have to pay money as a punishment, for example. So even insults can get charged in Germany. Most people don't because it's just an insult for most people, but
Yeah.
technically you can report that. And
Yeah. So, see, I mean, that's actually put me in an interesting position because, I mean, people from the States were sort of saying, well, surely he's got the right to say it, freedom of speech. And I'm thinking, well, no, because of disablism. No, you're saying that, but I think I should have the right to call someone a bloody idiot. Now, maybe that's not enough in Germany to
absolutely.
be in
No,
trouble.
no, no.
So it's just
It,
different
it
degrees.
yeah,
But
it's for example, in Germany we say you have the freedom of speech. We have that too, but the freedom of speech is not allowed to interfere with the dignity of another person.
right,
So if you feel that your dignity, that is kind of our First Amendment, that the dignity of the human is untouchable, and that has been very important to us. So if
yeah,
I feel my dignity, hate speech is another thing that is very offensive in Germany and that gets charged very often here. We have only a dedicated police force only for hate speech and
wow.
another one for hate speech online. And I mean, because of our history, let's be
Yeah, yeah,
real.
that's right. Because
Uh,
every country's coming from a different past, a different history, and
Absolutely.
tackling it in different ways. And that's right. Different countries are different. I might think, oh, Germany's a bit tough on this, and you might think, well, the UK's a bit tough on that, which we can do. So there's always going to be differences. But I mean, you said about what Riley talking about is brainwashing. Absolutely, it is. It's exactly like cult-like behaviour. Try and get people young while they're
Yeah.
impressionable, while they haven't got critical thinking skills. They can't successfully challenge what they're being told, and then even worse than that, basically saying that they shouldn't trust their teachers. So the one source
That is
that they could go to
horrible.
perhaps say, look, this guy's told me this. Is that right? Well, no, he's wrong because of X, Y, and Z. Well, now they're thinking, well, I won't even ask the teacher, or the teacher told me this, but, apparently the teacher doesn't know what he's talking about. So,
Yeah, and he said it in the comment that he plants seeds. He
yeah,
tells those children that these equations about gravity don't make sense because gravity is zero because gravity doesn't exist. Therefore, everything should be weightless, which is so dumb for you and me because when you go in with a presumption gravity doesn't exist, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Why put the value zero in? The whole thing doesn't make sense.
yeah.
But a child doesn't understand it.
No, of course
And
not.
then you send the child to the teacher, and the teacher 100% won't have words for a few seconds because of that incredible stupidity that isn't part of um, the classroom normally, that a child gets in there and says, "Oh, gravity doesn't exist, therefore everything should be weightless." That is so dumb for a teacher that probably he wouldn't know what to say in the
Yeah,
first seconds. And that is exactly what they tell the child. If he doesn't have an answer immediately, you have him there he wouldn't know to say. So therefore it's all indoctrination. He doesn't have any answers. He's not educated on it. And then the kids go back to him and say, "Oh, hey, you were right." And then he shows him the ACT test and blah, 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 and the whole bull crap. But that is this planting a seed to just use the absence of those critical thinking
yes,
skills and just exploit it. He's
yes.
really taking advantage.
I've got a couple more super chats to read out now. John Watson super chatted £2. Thank you, John. Saying hello, you couple of legends. Thumbs up. Well, thank you and hello, John. And
Hello.
some old dude, very kindly super chatted $20 US, saying calling someone a bloody so and so was once a very offensive insult in England, as it relates to a disease that the royalty was heir to. I didn't know the basis for it, dude, but yeah, I was aware it was considered very. Pretty strong thing to say. It's probably my go-to. Oh, that bloody thing, that bloody cat, whatever. And it's become so weak nowadays. It's not something you just say all the time in polite company, but no one would really blink an eye at that really nowadays. But thank you. And someone did, in case you weren't aware, if you didn't catch the start of the stream, thank you very much for the super chats you gave during the restream of the Brian Leakey debate. I did read them out this evening. It was a restream. I was at work at the time, so I couldn't read them out. But thank you. Right, so where are we? Yeah, so, I tell you what I did do twice. It came up in conversation when I was on Flat Earth channels. I put in a comments asking someone to confirm that they condemn Riley for what he's done. And I made clear, this isn't a Flat Earth, Globe Earth thing, is it? You know, they can say, I'm still absolutely Flat Earth, but what Riley has said is wrong. And the two people I asked, one was very wishy-washy and didn't condemn at all. Oh, actually, it's three people. Right. One was Kyle Adams, Flat Earth Institute of Science, and he basically said, oh, it's fine to teach kids about Flat Earth. And I said, well, actually, I don't think it is, because there's a lack of evidence and so on, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about pretending to be kids and so on. And he did say, pretty much like you're saying that Rachie said, he did say it's not right to pretend to be someone else. I mean, that's a bit weak, but at least he wasn't saying, go Riley.
Absolutely. But for example, when they make YouTube videos and say, hey kids, today I want to talk to you about Flat Earth, that's, I think, also morally wrong, but it is, I think, also on another level.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is wrong, in my opinion,
absolutely.
But freedom of speech, that is okay, because they are posing as themselves on a platform that isn't technically meant for children.
Yeah.
That's something different.
And
but
you or I can call them out for it, can't we?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. But you can't call them out when they're posing as children.
No.
So when the Flat Earthers say it's okay to, I don't know, make TikToks about Flat Earth, whatever. But when they really say, I'm not okay with him doing that, that's why I said it to Rachie. I think they should do that publicly. Yeah. Make a video, or in your next video, say it in the beginning. Hey guys, that is the thing. I just wanted to say that is a fucking. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's all right. Don't worry. No. Listen, Jessy. I don't use gratuitous swearing here, but yeah, the odd f-bomb or whatever that slips out, that's not a problem. Okay, so don't worry.
I have this
never let Jessy back on the channel again.
Okay, I understand.
Well, one of the other guys I challenged though, or I put a comment in, and someone else just picked it up and ran with it, and so I said, do you? I think it was on Nathan Oakley's channel. I could be wrong. I said, Nathan, can you confirm that you condemn Riley for this behaviour? And one of his trolls said, oh, Mr. Sensible, I heard that you were a nonce in the 1980s. Nonce is a slang word for a pedophile. So that was his response. He wasn't ignoring it. He wasn't saying Riley was right. He wasn't saying Riley was wrong. He just tried to smear me. In fact, he said, I was just smearing Riley. I said, no, here's a link to his comment that he made in black and white. I'm not smearing him at all. And he said, I hear you were a nonce in the 1980s. John, I haven't missed super chats. I did because I read all the ones that were available then. I did see one or two come in. I will read them every now and then. And yes, there was John Watson, £2. Flat Earth is a cult without a compound. I like that. Yeah. The Flat Earth cult without a compound. And UK Pie super chatted again, £2, saying, if he believes all he says, why use sock accounts? Well, we know exactly why, Pie. Because if he posted on TikTok as Anthony Riley, he knows damn well that myself, Jessy, Fight, Mr. 42, everyone will get on there and do response videos to it. And that's exactly what he doesn't want. He doesn't want to be challenged. because he can't respond to the challenges. Oh, sorry, you still there, Jessy?
Yeah, I just saw some German responses in the chat. That's why I had to smirk a
Ah.
little bit. Um,
Oh, and I see we got WPL in here.
oh,
Uh,
hello.
Go on in, WPL. Give it us your best shot. Give us your best flat Earth evidence. And we'll see what Jessy and I can do
Debunk
with
the globe like you never debunked anything else.
it. Oh,
Give me
does
all
WPL
you
come on your
have.
channel? Does WPL troll
No,
you
he
as well?
doesn't. No, I don't think so. Sometimes it's a little sad to be a woman on YouTube
What
because
is that?
people don't want to have these big discussions with me, like with all of you guys. Sometimes I just want to get on YouTube and have fights with other people, but they don't want to.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be it. I mean, thing is that they're too. Most of them are too scared now to actually fight. You see how many of them are
Yeah.
just producing long streams of waffle, like Mitchell from Australia. He's now said, I've asked him to debate, and he said, become a patron, and then I'll talk to you. That's not how it works. I'm not going to become a patron of a flat earther just to talk to him. And yeah, so I mean that's another big plus.
Privilege of one of them.
I'll just say it's a plus for Brian Leakey. At least he had the cojones to come on a neutral, moderated channel to have a debate. So 10 out of 10 for that, Brian. I don't agree with anything you said, and I think you were wrong about 99.99%, but I respect that he came on and he was polite. There was no nastiness, so good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had the talk with Colon in the little shameless self-promotion. Tomorrow I upload a video where I actually don't debunk Antiglow because he had some actual ideas about gravity.
Okay.
He sat down, he read about it, and he thought about it. He had actual questions that people that aren't flat earthers have about gravity when they're just starting thinking about it,
Yeah.
how it works. And that's why I decided I don't make a debunk about his gravity videos. I will just answer his questions because he
Spot on.
actually sat down and made videos asking questions where he really thought about it. He made an actual effort and tried to understand it. And that's also what I think is very respectable.
Yes, and I've had Kyle Adams from the Flat Earth Institute of Science on this channel several times, and again,
Mhm.
I think that nearly everything he says is wrong. But we had one or two points that I was able to provide evidence for. It's not worth going into now. Provide evidence for. And I explained it and let him have a check, and he actually went away and took some photographs to check what I was saying, and basically came back and said you were correct on that. So good on him. You know, I can respect that.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Mm,
you know, he's wrong about everything else, and it's okay to be wrong if you're open and learning. I don't think he's open-minded enough. I don't think he's learning enough. But at least he moved position. I've never heard Nathan Oakley. Excuse my. Excuse me, everybody. Hello, I'm live streaming right now. Who's this? Yeah, I'm live streaming, daughter. What is it?
Hello, daughter, Mr. S.
Jessy 102 from Germany said, hello, daughter of Mr. S. Right, no, I'm not going to watch a film right now because I'm on film right now. Okay, good night, goodbye. Oh, remind me to get rid of my children.
Um, I can't tell you much about that because I peer pressured cats in to adopting me and STST.
Oh, see, I met
Yeah,
cats.
that's why I call him Dad. Yeah, I saw that picture. I'm so
Yeah,
jealous.
it's a nice guy. Nice guy. I've got another super chat from Debay the Coward 3. Wow. I assume that you've been banned from Flat Earth
Powerful,
channels so many times.
powerful name.
Yeah. For $1.99 US, Sleazy Warriors RDD. Really dumb demonstration. Oh yeah, he had no idea what he was doing. Using a TDS meter, total dissolved solids meter, to measure density. He has got
And
not the
calling
faintest
it
clue.
unicorn farts.
Yes, yeah, absolute idiot. But then he did have a white coat on, so I suppose we should hold more store in what he was saying. Not.
Yeah, I thought about that too, buying a white coat and make my flat Earth debunking videos, because that adds another layer of credibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I have to say, thanks to my latest 2 or 3 videos, I got the greatest compliment I've ever gotten
Oh, what?
by from Arctic Haze.
Yes.
He asked me if I am a teacher and if I had studied physics or anything, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," because I call myself an uneducated purple blob.
Purple. Sorry, blob.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
it's just a joke I make. And he said, as a physicist, he's very surprised that I didn't study anything because I had such great knowledge about all of that. And he thought that I had studied physics or anything. And that is for me the greatest compliment that you could give me. So I feel very powerful and knowledgeable at the moment.
Oh gosh. Sorry. I saw that WPL's made a few comments. He did respond to me asking for his best evidence for the flat Earth. It isn't. It's actually attacks on the globe. But one he's put up is the black swan, thoroughly debunked, and
Oh, yeah.
sextant. Well, I just watched Bob the Science Guy totally demolish Quantum Eraser and others on the sextant. They have not got an idea about how you use a sextant. They have not got an idea about what a sextant is. They think, or they were saying, that you use a sextant to triangulate your position, which is just wrong. That they believe that you need the R value, which is just wrong. They have no idea. And obviously, WPL, nor do you. WPL, you tell me, what do you think a sextant does? Just in a sentence, what is a sextant for? That'd be interesting. Quick Google.
Oh, did you see the burn from him? Bob the comedy guy. Oh God, is that the best you have? That is so disappointing.
But I mean, it's mad. I mean, if you just go to Google and look up instructions for a sextant, I'm not talking about someone's webpage. I'm talking about the actual documents that you get with a sextant. It's all about how you use it on a globe. Oh,
It was the same thing with Sleeping Warrior with a triangle. Just 2 or 3 months, he still didn't know about it because I asked him when I had my discussion with him in the comment section, and he still said, "No, I need more values. I need more information." You
Alfred's.
fucking idiot, just Google it.
I see. I've got another super chat from UK Pie saying for £2 saying for some cheese pronounce UK Pie I. So I got it wrong. It's UKPI. My deepest apologies, sir. I'm so sorry. It
No
won't happen
worries,
again.
Mr. Ed.
It won't happen again. I shall beat my children most severely until until I learn my lesson.
I'm so sorry, daughter of Mr. Ed.
Oh, and I've just had another super chat. I'm going to refresh it from the screen just to make sure that nothing skips in between because that's awful. I always feel dreadful when I have missed one. M2M, thanks, Matt. Super chat £5 saying you should see. Oh, you should also see Riley's attempt at Cavendish. He didn't even have
Oh
a
yeah.
torsion bar to enable any kind of movement. Do you know, I haven't seen that, but I don't do Anthony Riley. Myself and quite a number of creators do not do debunk videos on Anthony Riley because then you get in the back and forth. The usual debunk thing, which I enjoy, like with Flatsoid, he does a video about me, I do a video back, and so on. That's great. It's fun, it's educational, it's hopefully destroys some stupidity. But Anthony Riley, and again, Jesse, it may have been before your time sort of joining the community, but Riley did an absolutely
I know.
despicable attack on cats. Okay, you do know. I'm not going to repeat it here. If anyone really wants to know, they can find out. There's a video in my back catalogue about it. Absolutely despicable. Again, that
Absolutely, yeah.
went beyond the pale, and so people dropped him. He also lost his channel, so that's how he lost, I think, 5,000 subscribers, and he's struggling back up again. And none of us are giving him oxygen because we're not doing videos about him. This is
Yeah,
different.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're completely right because it is a different situation with him. And yeah, the accusations he thrown out, according to his own standards, is when you have that idea that these things he said mean something different than what he said here on TikTok, then it says more about you than about him. According to his own standards, those accusations he thrown out say more about him
Yeah.
than about cats. So, according to his own standard, he's a creep. So that's for sure.
It's
But did you know he does believe in gravity now?
oh, does
But
Riley does?
but but yeah, that's why I thought about debunking some of his stupid comments because he does believe in gravity, but not that it is the attraction that holds us onto Earth. But he does believe in gravitational lensing, for example.
Interesting. And I've had a super
Yeah, and
chat.
the
Sorry, Jesse, I had a super chat from
yeah,
UK Pie for £2. Say, just checking you got my I mean UK PI. Just checking you got my name right. Thank you very much. So he accepts gravitational lensing. To be honest, I would have thought
yeah.
that gravitational lensing is a harder thing to accept than your bog standard gravity that we see around us every day.
Gravitational lensing doesn't interfere with flat Earth.
That's true. That's true.
So I think that is because he then said, "Oh, check the Eddington experiment," which totally debunks his position. But again, it's the same with Cavendish. They just abuse what that meant for modern science. But that's what I thought was so interesting about his comments, that he actually accepts gravity as a thing, that it can bend certain things, but it only can bend light and nothing else. There's no other properties of gravity except gravitational lensing. It is a step forward, but I don't think it's a step forward in him understanding it,
No.
but it is a step forward of him seeing that there's no point in denying it anymore. So he had to admit that one thing because there are pictures, and that is not important to his narrative. So you could see that he starts to get a little bit weak-willed.
Well, Brian Pop Robson said, yes, it does, about lensing. Gravitational lensing destroys the concept of the firmament. He's quite right, because you're talking about intergalactic distances and vast
But not every flat
gravitational
earther
forces.
does believe. Yeah, but not every flat earther does believe in the firmament. There are
Well, that's true.
many flat earthers that do believe in flat Earth, but they think that there is an outer space. So I think to his narrative, he probably will have another explanation when you call him out on that, absolutely. But technically, I think he just accepts certain parts that people bring up every now and then that he considers not important for his narrative. Because why admit gravitational lensing when you just always deny gravity as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, the man, quite patently, the man is a total idiot. He really is.
Mhm.
He's a failure in his lawyering school, lawyering skills. I believe he lost 3 cases. Was it? He was defending 2 other people and once himself, and lost every single one. I think that was the way it went.
Yeah,
He was a failure in making disableist comments towards myself and others, and ended up having to speak to the police. He's a failure in his understanding of all this stuff. He's just a failure.
yeah. He even this I don't know how it's called in English, some driving company or something that he has, like
Yeah,
delivering and stuff. That is, I think, now his second or third one he has now. So the other ones fail too. So there's something he does wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
something very big.
I think it's his middle name, Anthony Wrong Riley. Yeah, and
Yeah, probably. His parents knew.
yeah. Well, I won't talk about his family. I mean,
No.
he's responsible for himself as far as I'm concerned. He's a grown ass adult.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
fine not to know something. It really is. I don't know about the intricacies of biochemistry or whatever. But if I really wanted to discuss it with someone, I would find out and try and understand what I could, and what I can't, I'd ask for explanation, help understanding. And I don't
And
make.
don't have the arrogance to go to, for example, Professor Dave Explains, because that's his field of expertise,
Yeah,
and to go to him and say everything you know is wrong. I know it. I never heard about anything of it, but I know everything better than you. This arrogance is what grinds my gears in it. Not
but
to think that you know a thing and you don't. The arrogance to say people that have studied it, that dedicated most of their life to this field, and they go and say, "Oh, I read an article on Google about it, therefore I know better than you." That is what I think is so almost sacrilegious.
I mean, there is a certain, I can use a German word here, Schadenfreude with
Mhm.
Dunning Kruger. It is quite sweet
Yeah,
seeing
true.
someone so puffed up with their own self importance and knowledge when they're quite patently haven't got the faintest idea of what they're actually talking about. That there is a guilty pleasure in that.
That is true, absolutely. But at a certain point, because I am so excited about everything that has to do with science, I get so, when I think about that, we as a species that evolved from billions of years ago, from kind of bacteria to us today, that we build stuff to understand the world, that we know about astrophysics, we know about the how the universe originated with quantum physics, the tiniest particles possible, maybe. And we have so much knowledge gathered about everything. And then there comes a stupid idiot and says, "Oh no, Earth is flat." That's why I think that it is so disrespectful.
It's terrible, isn't it?
That and I get really kind of, when someone says, "No, you're wrong, Earth is flat," I sometimes get offended, like they, I don't know, insulted my mother. I
Yeah.
really take it sometimes
Oh,
personally
don't
because
take
I
it
am
personal.
so excited.
I mean, don't
Not
take
that
it personal.
personal.
I mean, these people, they're the, you know, they're the common clay, the new West. Morons. Roy Lou,
Yeah.
Roy Lou super chatted €2, saying "Servus zusammen." Sev-
Ah, Savas.
Thanks, Roy. And if you didn't catch it, some of your super chats that you made last night very kindly were read out at the top of this stream because last night's stream wasn't live. Okay, so I couldn't read them out. But thank you for this super chat and for those. Yeah, but you're saying about discovering the small particles. I do understand that because they've discovered what was sort of known as the God particle. Is that the Higgs boson? I think that was the
Yeah.
one. That they're actually engaging on a new project to discover a particle even smaller than that. It's Riley's branium. They are trying to find
Yeah,
Riley's
I heard
branium.
about that.
Yeah,
But I heard that it's basically mathematically impossible.
yeah. It has
You would
zero
need
mass, zero size, but it's infinitely dense.
absolutely, and you would need a hadron collider probably the size of the universe to
Yeah,
detect it,
yeah.
if even.
That would be great. I mean, it will change all science. It will change all science. They will be reading Riley's thesis out in schools once that's discovered. I'm sure.
Yeah,
But so
yeah.
far,
He
all
could
searching.
really.
With all
Yeah,
searching,
he could
no
really
one's
do a
managed to find his
thing,
brain. No one's managed to find his brain so far.
donating his brain to science.
It would be a
That is what
very
the
small
black hole is.
project.
Yeah, very small, very small.
Oh
It's
man.
negligible.
Oh, and infinitely slow. Yes, Eric Erpelding, you're
Oh,
right. It would be
yeah.
infinitely slow, very slow, infinitely dense, no mass, no electrical activity.
It's not a black hole, it's a dumb hole.
Oh, WPL. I did, like I said, do find out something about sextants before you raise that again.
Hmm.
And I'll give you a top tip, which I also gave Brian. Don't listen to Quantum Eraser and Bob and Alice. The man's a chuffing idiot. But WPL says Earth is flat. Your ego can't handle it. It's okay that cognitive dissonance prevents you from seeing reality. You're forgiven. I'll tell you what, WPL, you can convert me to be a flat earther. Okay? There's just one little thing you have to provide. I'm serious. Evidence. Okay? Provide evidence that explains every observation we can make, that we make now, things like sunrises, sunsets, orbits, and all that sort of thing. Provide evidence, an alternative explanation, and make a prediction with it of something that we can't predict with what we know now. And I would then become a flat earther. And I'm sure that Jessy would. Science would. You would get a Nobel Prize for it.
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Science is built in the premise that that's even what Albert Einstein said. He said, when you want to study science, you have to be able to dedicate 10 years to this theory and work and blood, sweat, and tears to at the end just throw it out the window and start all over again. Because science is built on what we have now is the best bullcrap we have.
I,
It's all we know, but there's always the possibility that some guy comes along and says, hey, I've discovered something, and we have to throw everything we know out of the window because here is the better explanation. That is how science is built. So if you have real valid proof, you would be the superstar of science. That is how it works. Look at Albert Einstein. Everyone laughed at him
yeah.
when he publicized his theory of relativity. Even just after his death, people said, hey, he should have probably gotten a Nobel Prize for it. But back then, people said, oh, no, not really. But science did catch on that, hey, he has a point. That is all science is built on, to disprove what other people discovered. And when you can't disprove it, there is some truth to it. Science never claims that there is truth in any of it because we don't know. There's always the possibility of, in the future, someone giving a better explanation for what we have. No one in science is talking about truth. People just talk about the best thing we have.
The
So
best
if you have
explanation, yeah.
anything, go for it.
I heard a story, and to my knowledge, it's a true story. But I'll be honest, I can't remember the names of the people involved or the exact subject matter. I'm just waiting for someone to say he's making it up. No, I'm not making it up. I did hear this story. It was two scientists who, for years, had competing theories about something, and they would argue and produce papers and whatever. And one of them was doing what do you call it? Public speaking about it, a lecture. That's the word. A lecture about some new evidence he'd found to support his theory, and the other guy went along to listen to it. And at the end, he realised that bloke giving the lecture was correct. So do you know what he did? He went up to him, shook his hand with tears in his eyes, and said, "Thank you, I was wrong." That's science. Actually, even if that story isn't true, that's science. He was
It is.
he was grateful that he'd been found out to or shown to be wrong, because his position was held honestly, and he honestly evaluated this new evidence the other guy brought forward. It showed that he was wrong. He accepted it and thanked him for it.
And that is commendable. That
Isn't
is
it?
what real growth is, because you really want to find out what is best,
He's
what
learned
is
something.
real.
He's learned something.
Yeah, and you can have different opinions. That is totally fine. But if you see something that really disproves you, then you should have the mental capacity to say, okay, I was wrong. Because in today's day and age, I don't know why, but apparently that is something inherently bad to be wrong.
I think people are
People
scared of
debate.
others pointing and laughing and say, "Ha ha, Jesse, you were wrong about that." No, well, no, okay, I was wrong, but now I've learned, and I can move on based on this now, this new understanding and knowledge. I've had a
Yeah,
super chat from some old dude for $5 US. Thank you, dude. None of these people have any idea about how much math is involved in modern theories. Science papers are not just verbal salad. Yeah,
yes, yes.
definitely.
Oh, thank you, Colon. I'm sorry.
Oh, go on.
Just saw the message from Colon. He said, "Du bist und warst schon immer mein Freund." Oh, that's
Last
really
Thursday, I
nice.
think.
Yeah, yeah. He said, Jessica, to you are and wherever my friend.
Oh,
That's
that's
so
nice.
nice.
I can say something in German to you.
Hmm.
Entschuldigen Sie bitte, wie komme ich am besten zum Bahnhof?
That's so good.
Thank
That's
you.
really good.
Yeah.
And I could not explain to you where it is because I have no idea where I am at the moment because I'm not at home.
Yeah, it's a German phrase that I have learnt off by heart. So if I'm in Germany at any time, I can always chat up women. You see, with that, that's it. It's a shame all these guys out there who don't know what I said. You should play back the video, learn that phrase, go to Germany, and you'll get women falling at your feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically the same like saying, "Oh my God, you're so gorgeous, I love you." It's
it's close
one
to
or
that,
the
isn't
other.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And UKPI, thank you so much. Ich liebe dich auch.
So, oh, FE Peer Review actually did put a comment, and I will mention it. FE Peer put a comment in the live chat quite a while before the stream started. He said something
Hmm.
like, "Oh, I hope you don't mind. I want to shout out my video." I did have a quick look. FE Peer Review. It's a short video, and it is worth a look. It's all about giant rubber duckies, giant rubber ducks.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only sort of
I did.
2 minutes long or even less. So there's your shout out, FE Peer Review. Perhaps Colon or one of the mods can find a link to that and pop it in the side chat for him, so people can have a check out of that video. I thought it
That's
was a clever
great.
little idea.
Yeah, the duck situation is still something that is so special. I showed the whole video thing to my best friend. He he's very well spoken in English, but
Yeah.
he never was into conspiracy theories as much as I am. But now he is. He's very invested. And he couldn't believe how dumb some of these people are, especially Nathan Thompson.
Yeah.
And he was cry laughing next to me when I showed him the
Uh,
videos.
I think that Sable Eagle has just predicted the response I'd get from the young Mädchens in Germany. I'll get told to gehen Sie immer geradeaus bis zum Morgenlicht.
Ah, yeah, it seems.
Yeah.
And you said it very, very well,
Why,
Mr.
thank
Sensible.
you. Thank you.
It's almost Mr. German.
Hey, did you see I was front page in the newspapers this week here in the UK? Did you not see that?
No,
Oh, go and check out my
no.
community page. Go and have a
Oh, I
look.
will.
Yeah. Front page of the Daily Express this week. Yeah,
So
definitely.
am I now on the channel of a celebrity or what?
Well, I don't know. Some people would say that they were talking about someone else.
Oh,
I
there
think
you
they were
are.
talking about me.
Yeah, maybe someone go types it into YouTube and they will check out your channel.
It could be, couldn't it?
Wow.
Um, I just thought, I wonder if I can quickly pull it up. So everyone doesn't run off and abandon the stream, go to the community page. Let me just see if I can. Let me just see if I can capture it
Since
here.
I'm frozen again.
You keep freezing and I'm freezing. Don't worry about it. Window capture. Right, let's try changing what window it's looking for.
Someone tagged you and said, "Ich geh kaputt."
I'm broken. Is it?
No, it's more like they are broken.
They are
Ich geh
broken.
kaputt is a phrase where we say, for example, when we're cry laughing something so funny, we say, "Oh my God, I'm almost broken," kind of laughter and something like that.
I've got this going. It will be up on screen in not long at all. Not I see. If I scroll that a bit. Trying again. Come on, you. Tiny bit more. Ooh, it's exciting, this is. There we go. Ta-da!
There
about
he is,
that?
Mr. Sensible.
Yeah, front page of the Daily Express. Campaigning newspaper of the year, apparently. Wednesday, September the 15th, 2021. Available for only 80 pence. Yeah.
I have to buy it, print it out, and then frame it and send it to you.
Yeah, because I just got home from work and I found I had a couple of messages saying, "Hey, did you know that you're on the front page of the newspapers?" What? You know, it could happen that they're doing a story about something and then they just mention a YouTuber, and I thought, well, this is good. And then I went through and saw that. I did laugh. I did laugh.
I believe that. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear me at the beginning, Jesse? I mean, we had when you first came on my stream a long time ago. I called you Jessica, and you said you only get called that when your mum's angry or something.
Yeah.
And I pointed out that actually, if you're bad here, you get called Jessica 102, not Jessie 102. Right.
Oh God.
Thankfully, that hasn't had to happen.
That is very scary.
No, Brian, I know that's not my picture. I know it wasn't my picture. It's the I've forgotten the name now. Emma.
But it was the name.
Emma Tennis, whatever. Yeah, Emma Tennis. Yeah. So, I think it'd be a good idea if people do ask flat earthers in the comments if they condemn Riley's behaviour, but make it clear that you're not asking them to agree with Globe Earth, just that Globe Earth Flat Earth has nothing to do with it, but do they condemn what he's doing? And it will sort out those who are reasonable people from those who are just disgusting. As I said, reasonable ones have at least said, well, no, I can't support that. Ones who are disgusting start flinging accusations at you. That's terrible.
Yeah,
Oakley ignored it. He doesn't want to say.
Absolutely. It is his best friend.
Yeah.
Kind of. They are, yeah, they're almost the same in those kind of ways, but whatever. But Mr. S, I'm so sorry, but I have to go soon.
That's okay. Not a problem. I mean, this was fairly last minute. We organised it, and I'm glad that you've popped in. You are always welcome. For those who don't know, Jesse, when was it you first appeared on my channel? It was quite a while back, wasn't it?
I think it was in the beginning of the year. It was January, February, some.
And your channel's growing nicely now. How many subs are you on now?
1,900 something.
So I'm sure that Jessie could do with 2,000, couldn't she?
Yeah, because Jessie has birthday soon. On the 30th. I also wanted to ask you if you were interested, of course, if you want to be a guest on my birthday stream on the 30th evening. Cats will be there.
The 30th of September?
Yeah.
I am not working on that date. So if you DM me details,
I will.
I would be happy to. Line me play super chat £5 saying I've got to go. Great stream as always, and always a pleasure to see Jessie. What about me? Always a pleasure to see Jessie. Hope you both have a great evening. Thanks for that,
Thank you so
Limey.
much. You're getting the money, Mr. S. That's about you. So let people give me the compliments, okay? When you're on my channel, you will get the
Oh,
compliments. Is
that's all
that a
right. I
deal?
expect them. I expect
Okay.
them. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
listen,
I am
Jesse.
happy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Stay as long as you want, and when you need to go, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to go in the next, let's say, 10 minutes.
Okie dokie. So if anyone's got any questions they want to ask Jesse, here's a chance. Ooh, that'll be
Yeah,
good.
so maybe I saw what time it will be around 9 p.m. German time. So
8 p.m. then for us, I think. Yeah,
yeah,
unless
something like that.
or if the
Yeah,
clocks change. Yeah, we'll sort it out. Like I said, that Thursday, I am not working the next day, so it sounds good to me.
perfect.
Good to me.
That's
That'd be
great.
great. So, any questions before Jesse runs off? Oh, what time was the question? Oh yeah, good one.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Oh, and Turing
Yeah,
Test
there's
2
some.
is just subscribed to you.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much. I'm so excited because all of your subscribers, everyone, I read some comments of the mirror you did from my video. Everyone was so incredibly nice.
Yeah,
And
nice bunch.
I,
I have to pay them to be nice, you know. So this money
yeah,
is
it's
just to
good,
be
good.
redistributed to keep everyone nice and happy.
Yeah, it's good invested money, I have to say. It made me happy.
Oh, I'm glad. It was a good video, Jesse. It
Thank you.
deserved the views. Um, I'm not being funny. It deserved more views than you were able to give it. So I was happy to do that, and I'm happy that a whole bunch of people have come through and subbed to you. So now they'll see more stuff you do.
Thank you. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. My pleasure. So,
Oh, Eric
are you at a
asked
party
the
tonight? Are
question.
you?
Yeah, kind of. It's a friend's birthday. It was also very spontaneous. And yeah, that's why I'm here. I just said, hey, I take the tablet with me and I do that when the guys are talking about whatever.
Well, there is a question for you, Jesse, from Man Devil. Can you please sing 99 Luftballon?
Oh God. 99 Luftballon. Hier an unserem, I don't know the text. I'm such a bad German. I
Well,
saw also someone, what are Cassiopeia and Xena doing now? They are at home. For those that don't know, there are my two kittens. We've
yay!
adopted them
Well,
two
I don't know
three
about that,
months
Jesse.
ago.
I don't know about that, Jesse, but I do like fluffy little kittens.
Yes, they're the cutest, fluffy little kittens.
Excellent.
And Cassiopeia actually had a big surgery. I had a GoFundMe, or still have a GoFundMe about that. She had a funnel chest. It's called also pectus excavatum. I call it jokingly Expecto Patronum from Harry Potter. And she had a huge surgery because her heart was displaced
Ah,
and the lungs were compressed because of it. Her ribs were grown inwards and were puncturing the heart, but
oh,
she recovered very well. She's eating like a champion. She's now almost as heavy as her sister.
oh, that's good news. Good news.
Yeah, it's really, really great. They're the absolute best. They're really, really polite cats. They
Polite.
don't,
I've never heard a cat
yeah,
called polite before.
they are. They, when they're awake in the morning, they're laying next to me and my boyfriend in the bed, and they know that I need around four alarms until I am
Well,
able to react. And they wait three alarms and then they come into the bed and cuddle us to
oh,
wake us up. So they really wait. They don't wake us up at night. They don't wake us up with the first two alarms. It's only the third, and they didn't destroy anything. They're really great.
oh, that is good. Well, I suppose polite. I could think of that because Arnold is my cat. I am Arnold's slave. Okay, he is all for me. But this is where he is absolutely wonderful. At night, he often decides he wants to eat in the middle of the night. 4 o'clock in the morning, commonly. So do you know what he does? He goes round and sits right in front of Mrs. Sensible's face, purrs and dribbles onto her face to wake her up. She takes him down and feeds him, and then he clears off and cuddles up with me again. He never wakes me up, but yeah, every night he does that to her. Occasionally he just sits there and bats her face until she wakes up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they will start doing it too, but since they're this young, we decided until they are a year old, when they're finished growing, they always have food available, so they can eat whenever they want. When they are grown, then they will have special times to eat. And so that's not a problem now. But Cassiopeia likes to sneak under my blanket and sleep between my legs. That's her favorite spot to sleep at night.
Okay.
Which is nice because sometimes it gets cold in our apartment. So.
Well,
But
some old dude has super chatted yet again. $5. Thank you, dude. Cats are aliens invading the earth via the interwebs. Tell your friends. Pay no more attention to this human dude. He's obviously insane. Fluffy.
absolutely true.
Cats are brilliant. I tell you what, if a cat's annoyed at you, only a cat could follow you around the house and then ignore you. Following you and
Yeah.
ignoring you. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah, my cats are trained. They tell me what they want. They don't like the buttons I have bought for them, but maybe that will change. But I can ask them, do you want food? And they are silent when they don't want food, and they meow when they want food. And I can even ask them if they want dry or wet food, and they will meow with what they want, or if they want to play with the ball or the mouse. They are trained, they know what these things are, and if they want to play, they tell me.
I just thought, I've not seen your kittens. Are they the same colour?
Yeah, they're both grey.
Ah, damn. Because I was thinking you could perhaps do some sort of experiment on your kittens, okay, with a pair of scales, with one on each side, sort of relative
Look
kitten
who's
density.
enter.
Relative kitten density. RKD is the new thing. But I was thinking,
Okay.
maybe darker kittens would be heavier, or maybe lighter coloured kittens have got more downity. I don't know.
That is actually interesting because I always make the joke that Cassiopeia is the dumber one. She's our dumb child. But we love her. She's not a flat earther. She's just a little bit dumb.
I have thought of something. You can make your fortune, win a Nobel Prize, earn lots of money, for which I'll charge only 10% commission. Okay, I've come up with an invention you can
Sounds a
make.
great deal.
Sorry.
Sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. You'll make a fortune, right? You get your two kittens, okay? Stand one kitten up, put the other kitten on its back with its feet upwards, okay? And strap them together. Then you lift them. No, it's not. You lift them just above a sofa or something, sort of soft furnishing, and drop them. And yes, cats always try and land feet first, so they'll end up spinning perpetually just above the surface. So if we can tap that energy,
they call free energy.
exactly. If we can tap that, we have solved the world's energy crisis. You'll get a Nobel Prize, a shed load of money, and I'll get 10% for the idea. How's that sound?
That sounds amazing.
I've only got one available cat, you see, so it doesn't really work.
I'm in. I'm committed. Tomorrow
Excellent.
I will tape them together and I will update you.
Yes, and you could try different types of tape, maybe some sort of parcel tape or some duct tape, sellotape, some brown hairy string. You could try various things. I can hear
Of course you have
loads
to
of
make
geese. There's loads of geese flying over. Get the geese out of here. What's happening? Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing about your kitten perpetual motion machine. We're gonna be
Absolutely,
rich.
I will. We will gonna be rich,
Yep.
Mr. S.
Yep. Sounds excellent. So everyone out here, don't forget you heard it here on Mr. Sensible's channel. Kitten perpetual motion.
And it's copyrighted by German law. It's copyrighted just because of me saying it. So don't you dare steal it from us.
Of course, we're going to have difficulty scaling it. I mean, that might be enough to power a small house. You could use something like a couple of leopards to power a village, maybe. But when you get to cities, you're really going to need big cats, massive cats. So you're going to have to breed humongous
Ligos
cats,
are very huge.
hundreds of feet tall.
Ligons are very huge, or tigons and
Yeah,
ligers,
yeah.
how are they called? Yeah,
But I'm not
they're
sure
huge.
if you scaled that up to, let's say, to power a city like Dusseldorf. I'm not sure it'll be enough.
But Bielefeld, because Bielefeld doesn't exist.
Oh, okay. I
That's
suppose you could arrange them in
it just,
a battery, couldn't you? You have
yeah,
lots
absolutely.
of kittens in a battery. Yeah,
Kitten battery, that's
yeah,
amazing. But
yeah. That'd be
since I
great, wouldn't it?
have to go, Mr. S, I just wanted to end that on a conspiracy note from Germany, since I mentioned Bielefeld. We have a great conspiracy about the city of Bielefeld in Germany. It was in the 90s because of, I think it was a comedian or something. Some people were saying conspiracy theorists are so dumb and those things are so improbable that they wanted to make it clear how dumb it is. And people started saying that the city of Bielefeld doesn't exist because no one knows someone who is from Bielefeld or who has ever been there.
Yeah,
And that is now such a big thing that everyone who says, "Oh, I live in Bielefeld," oh, that's not possible. It doesn't exist. They have a monument, a big stone with a plate on it, the city that doesn't exist. So it's kind of a part of our culture in Germany. So
well,
if anyone wants to Google it, just Google the conspiracy of Bielefeld.
that sounds interesting. And of course, there was the idiot in Scotland who believed that England didn't exist. He'd actually been to London, but he didn't think England existed.
Yeah, I heard about a teacher of Australia thinking that Australia doesn't exist because he was a flat earther.
That does take a special type of dumb, doesn't it? Oh, brilliant. Listen, Jessy, thank you so much for coming along tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. It really
Thank
has.
you for having me.
My pleasure. And everybody, do check out Jessy's channel. Perhaps one of the mods can again drop a link. There is a link actually in the description as well, of course. But if it's a link dropped in the live chat as well, just to so it's there and available when people play it and whatever, that'd be brilliant. Thank you. Excellent. Right. Well, yeah, do get in contact though, Jessy, about that birthday stream. And if it's at all
I will send you.
Okay, well, if it's at all possible, I shall join you.
That's amazing. I'm excited. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone in the chat. You've made it a very nice experience as always.
Thank you. Okay, Jessy, what I'll do is I'll drop you back in the live waiting room and you can have a quick word with Colon, who is sat there, okay?
Awesome.
Or run away. So, gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht. Tschüss alle zusammen.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Jessy. Well, that was brilliant stuff. Really enjoyed that. We talked about Anthony Riley. Yeah, thoroughly disgusted with his behaviour. And to be honest, I'm so sick of his behaviour, I'm even going to get rid of that stupid topic because I don't like to sully my channel any more than I need to. So let's just have instead, new topic is and stuff. Much better than talking about Riley. But I have a friend of mine, Mr. 42 is in the house. Hello, Mr. 42. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, gentle people.
Yes.
Arnold's just come back in. He must have been scared off by the German lady.
Yeah, possible, but look, there's
Ah.
another German lady.
Oh, right. Well, I can put that on camera if you want. It's not a stream. It's up to you.
Well, you can do that if you
Are
want.
you sure? It's totally up to
It
you.
is. It is a real camera this time. It's not even a hologram.
No, it's just...
The people might be confused about that.
Hello. Am I getting waved back? Yeah, do you want me to put that on camera or not?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's yours.
No, it really is up to you, my friend.
Okay, well, let's leave it like this.
Let's
then.
leave it like that, and I'll just give
Yeah.
a wave. Hello.
Yeah. And for the people in the chat, it's my little daughter on the real camera, not hologram.
Yeah.
So they know
And
what you're
so
talking
much
about.
better looking than Mr. 42.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree.
Oh, and I've just had a super chat from Tim Tully for $5 US saying, missed the debate. It was entertaining. Thanks. Well, I don't know, Tim, if you were talking about the debate with Brian. Entertaining is one word for it. Yeah, and there's probably plenty of others. Did you catch it, 42?
I catch most of it, except for the end. Because
Yeah.
I was then actually chatting with Colin again. That's
Yeah.
usually when you catch me.
Yes. It was quite special, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say. One thing I will
Yeah.
say is I did put in my Discord earlier on today, and I'll say to everyone out here, if you come across someone who you think might be up for a debate, please put them in touch with me or ask them to contact me, because I'm willing to have a debate with most people on most subjects. No, it might be they want to talk about, I don't know, the physics of nuclear power stations, of which I know very little, in which case I'll have to turn them down on that. But I'll have a crack at most things, and I do enjoy the debates, and they seem to go down quite well. So, if you come across anyone on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, please ask them if they're up for a friendly debate. It'll be friendly. I'll give them a fair crack of the whip. I won't use any underhand tactics, muting, booting, and stuff like that. As long as people are reasonable, no hate speech, we're good to go. That'd be great.
Yes, absolutely. You've always been nice in the debates that I've seen.
Yeah, thank you, 42. Of course, behind the scenes, as soon as this is gone, I'm horrible to you, aren't I?
Oh, yeah, that's every week. I'm still coming back anyway. I like the spanking, I guess. I don't know.
That now then.
That escalated quickly.
It did. Whew. Oh, man. Yeah, so on Tuesday, which is the 21st, as I did eventually correct in there, I'm doing this live Mitchell from Australia debunk.
Is that the one I gave you, or also the other one?
It's the one you gave me where
Okay.
where he supposedly debunked all 30 of my evidences.
Exactly.
I didn't. Well, actually, tell a lie. I had a squint at his 100 evidences, but I didn't have time to watch it, and I thought 30's enough. It took him an hour to do, so it's going to take sort of pretty much that long at least to counter it. But I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, that's nice, Archimus. Too nice, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to be horrible to people. I really don't. I don't mind doing gotchas. When Brian was saying about the temperature just dropping as you go up, I was happy to say, you're wrong, just wrong. And, I have no problem with assertively saying something, but I wouldn't like to be nasty. Well, I suppose it also depends how they treat me. He was perfectly civil. Yes, he was talking over me, but then that was just a case of assertively saying, look, you need to let me answer. Stop talking over me. And that's not a problem. And he was cool with that. Now, it'd be interesting trying to debate someone like Oakley. If he used all his tactics and name calling, then perhaps I wouldn't be quite so nice. What do you reckon?
And then there's a mute button for such moments. Suddenly you will use it, I guess.
Oh, Homer82 said Jessy 10-2 and Mr. 42 are awesome. Thanks for the shout outs, Mr. S. Great content. Well, you're very welcome, Homer. When I come across,
thank you, Homer.
Yeah, when I come across channels that I like, that I think you guys will like, then yeah, I'll tell you about it. It's paying back the love, because I know that when I started out, other channels, bigger channels, did the same for me. And I'm sure that Jessy and Mr. 42 will and do the same for other people. Is that right, Pat?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you not well? Are you not very well, Mr. 42? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not.
My daughter turned on the lights, so you can see me now for the first time.
I can see you. Yeah. Ugh. It's like some hideous alien experiment. No wonder you always turn up just as a hologram.
Yeah, no, yeah. What can I say about it? It's
Nothing.
like a lab experiment gone wrong, eh?
Yeah, sorry, that was cruel and uncalled for. I'm sorry. No, it's
I
just
can do it. So
actually you don't just look. Oh, he's not looking like a hologram. You actually look extremely different. It's quite amazing, really, because that hologram sort of has it. Sometimes it flutters just outside or into the shape of you, which is cool. But of course, it means I've never actually seen you before. And we're talking
never
about this,
seen
and
my
everyone's
ears,
saying,
for example.
"Oh, can we see Mr. 42? Can we?" No, we can't, because then we'd have to kill you. I've
Yeah.
got
Well,
special
for example,
dispensation.
you've never seen my ears, and now
No,
you
I
can.
haven't. He has got ears.
Yeah, because that is always cut off by the filter for some reason.
Yes, I do know that you can't see Mr. 42, Martin H.
You can turn it on now, by the way. I don't mind that.
Are you sure?
Now my
But you
daughter
don't
is
want
not
to
on. Yeah.
maintain the mystery?
Yeah, but that's fine. It's not the first time. I've done that before on the Seek2 channel, for example. That is fine.
Well, what's happening with this then? Why?
People will be scared. But...
Oh, I see. I'm going to have to muck around. I'll have to muck around with the. Oh, that might not be too difficult, actually. No,
And don't call me Jessy102 on the screen, yeah?
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll change the caption as well then. Just give us a second. Guest caption.
Oh dear.
dear.
What did I start today?
Okay.
Wait.
All right. Is everyone ready? Here he is.
Oh,
Revealed.
dear.
It's a bit like when oh gosh, what's his name? Revealed himself. Oh, Team Skeptic. Whoa, he's nothing like you, sir. And here he goes. There he is. Bam. Ta-da.
Hi. It's the weirdest face reveal ever because everyone has already seen me. But different.
But different.
Yeah, very fine.
Well, there you go, everyone. Don't say you don't get treats on this channel. So, kill Mr. No, Dora and Coo. Not kill Mr. 42. I was saying that you guys would have to be killed. Although I see, just call me Avi says diplomatic immunity. Yeah. Yeah, you can claim diplomatic immunity. Flatzoid Effie can't. That's just been revoked.
I'm a bit sad that Dora is okay with killing me. That's not nice. No, I'm disappointed.
Oh dear. Never mind. You'll get over it. Look, I don't like to see a grown man cry. So clear off.
I will do that off stream, crying. That's always after.
Okay. Well, if anyone's got any questions for Mr. 42, please fire them away. Tell us what you're doing lately there, Mr. 42.
Well, yesterday I found, was it yesterday? No, my last recent video, full-time video, was about a Christian flat earther who started with I'm not believing the flat earth, but still does.
Okay.
And she had a dream about the Antichrist showing her the earth was flat, so now she believed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a wild ride. Took me a while, it was not easy. There was a lot of dead air that I had to remove.
So that's enough evidence for her. Have a dream about it.
Yeah, apparently. That is evidence.
Well, I dreamt that Kylie Minogue's coming round tomorrow. Excellent. Nice one.
And how are you going to explain that to Mrs. S?
Mrs. S? Well, I don't think it much matters. You can't hear anything Mrs. S says. She's under the patio now. Yeah. Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
I'm sort
Life
of.
confession.
I had told her that I was phasing her out and intended to bring Kylie Minogue online over a several month period. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm moving on. The rest of the answer. Today I picked one little part of the latest Level Earth Observer video. Combined that with a video he did 2 months ago. The part that he says, I'm at peace with it now. And then his reaction today in the video.
Oh.
That is a big difference. He's not at peace at all.
Oh dear. Well, what's he up to now? I must admit, I've not checked Leo's channel for a little while.
He was, of course, complaining about the latest development in commercial spaceflight. So
Inspiration 4. I saw he'd done a video. I've not watched it.
Yeah, it's a big tosh, of course, as he calls it.
It's not toilet rolls and
Not
sellotape.
really.
No.
It is now CGI and actors and whatever. I didn't even watch his whole video because I was doing other stuff. But I heard him say some F words and I was like, hey, I can use that.
Oh, the guy is precious, isn't he? Well, if you're still doing videos, please, even if it's just a little caption, try and get in there, debate Mr. Sensible. The fund is still standing at £3,100 just for him to debate me. He doesn't have to win, doesn't have to lose, just needs to turn up and have a debate.
I do that regularly, just
Excellent.
not every video indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Ah, quite right. There's been a development. Mark Tin says now Mr. 42 is a hard light hologram.
Yeah, I could borrow some technology to have a proper hologram this time. I'm not sure how long I can use it.
Yeah.
I might have to revert back later if they found out where I am.
Well, look, no one knows apart from the people watching this stream, and they won't tell anyone, I'm sure.
Of course not. We can trust them all, except Dora. She wants to kill me.
Well, that's true. But look on the bright side, okay? If you end up dead, at least we'll be able to tell the authorities who killed you. Okay?
Maybe the other possibility is that my wife killed me.
Yeah, well, that was easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Ah, your wife. Your wife has plans to kill you then?
She might.
Yeah, sounds like my wife.
Yeah, exactly. That's what wives do, right?
Oh, man. No, it is good to see you unhologrammed. So are you in the transmission room then?
Yeah, that is why the blue background. It is not as good as NASA. But yeah, I am
Apparently
not
you need to
employed by
draw
NASA.
white squares on it then.
Yeah, well, I have to do with what Roscosmos gives me.
Ah, Roscosmos.
Yeah, I'm not associated with NASA, unfortunately. So
Not
yeah,
at all in
that's
any
what I have
shape,
to do.
way or form. And the
That's
checks,
what I have
the
to do
checks
with.
that arrive in the post are what's the word? God, I hate that when words go straight out of your Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on because I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I think I've confused myself now. Yeah.
I'm also lost.
Sorry.
I'm also lost. I don't know.
Yeah. Still, it's nice. Wasn't it great having Jessie on here? A really nice lady. Really nice lady.
Yes,
she came on here when she was a brand new channel, and so it's nice to see she shot up in subscribers, and it's very well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yourself too. Of course.
Yeah, with great help from people like Mr. Sensible, indeed.
Ah. Croaksy, I think that's Mr. Sensible. Have you seen any video where we can see an actual hologram creating the shape of an object? No, I don't know. I know little of such things. Perhaps you should ask Mr. 42. He's a hologram.
Yeah, but I am only created by a hologram. I don't know the technology behind it, actually.
Ah, so you're just relying on the technology without understanding, believing, or accepting
Yeah.
it. Bit like flat earthers. I'll
In
use
this
my
case,
car's satellite navigation system. Not that there's any such thing as satellites. I mean, those
yeah.
idiots.
For example, I don't.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
I also don't know how a car really operates. I know it in broad things, but not exactly how it works. But still use it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing.
But they get things sort of diametrically wrong. They seem to think that your sat nav is talking to the GPS satellites.
Yeah,
Failing to
that is
understand
what
they're
got-
just receiving a signal from numerous ones and calculating the time differences.
Yeah, and while explaining that is what got me banned on the Level Earth Observer channel, explaining this in the chat.
But they're idiots.
Yeah, because I was like, well, if you turn off your signal, but leave on the GPS, your telephone is still able to tell you where you are, but it will not report to Google and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he didn't get that. The guy I was talking
And
to.
of course, the sat nav, the TomTom sat nav I got in my car, hasn't got any telephony connections.
No, not at all.
Well, actually, tell a lie, it Bluetooth to my phone now, but the older ones didn't. This one does to get traffic reports. But yeah, it's not. it doesn't know where it is, or rather the satellites don't know where it is. Because that's it. They say that, oh, they're tracking you with the GPS satellites. No, they're not. It's just radio broadcast. Your device is working out where it is. Yeah, another one. So that's one thing that they get totally wrong. The whole thing with Coriolis, failing to understand and actually thinking that it's the Earth turning under you. Well, if that was the case, yes, the Earth would whiz away. Or if you're travelling up, you'd veer to the left if you're travelling north. But you're not. Yeah. You're veering to the right because you're actually going faster than the Earth. So it's not the Earth drifting away underneath you. Total idiots.
Yeah, that was a nice trap that someone set. They all fell for it, not thinking in what way it was moving, indeed.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that most of them would probably know that it diverts to the right, but not understanding why. Still thinking it's drifting away underneath. And the other one, of course, is with sextants. So if I'm taking a sighting on a star, they say, but you've got refraction, so the star isn't there. So you're drawing a curved line. No, I'm drawing a line straight to where that star appears. The fact is, the light has been bent to make it appear there. Then you take, using the almanac figures, you make the adjustment for where it really is according to refraction. They just get everything wrong. Oh, I love Dunning-Kruger. I really do. Oh, FE peer review fading. Time to say good night. Thanks for the shout out. You're very welcome. Have a great weekend. What's left of it. Thank you, FE peer review. So if anyone doesn't know, FE peer review, I'll shout it out again, has just done, and I'm not going to give it away, just done a video about giant rubber ducks. You need to see it.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch that later.
Yeah. So if one of the mods, might be someone in, if one of the mods could drop a link to FE peer review's channel, that'd be great.
There might be someone in the waiting room, Croxy. I think.
That's a new name. Hello, Croxy. And that's totally screwed up the video now, so I'll go back to just me. Hello, Croxy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hello? No, apparently. Oh, hello?
That's my daughter.
I see. Oh, okay. All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll drop them back in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I am absolutely shattered. I started mentioning that. I mean, I just had a night shift last night, and it was a night shift from hell. We were working like crazy, and I got home. I was in bed by 8 o'clock, knowing that I'd had to be, and I nearly said the name of the place, but I had to be in a nearby town for sort of just after 1 o'clock to get my eyes examined, because I've had this problem lately. I'm getting slight blurriness in the eye, but it sort of comes and goes. I'm having problem focusing on screens. But I just had glasses replaced, and I thought it was just getting used to them. But I wasn't entirely convinced. And when I looked into it, I thought there's more to it than that. So I've had some technical tests done, OCT, I think they called them, scans of the back of the eye, and absolutely amazing. And the back of my, I've forgotten the name of it now, I had it on screen earlier, the gel in your eye, it's moved, it's detached from the rear of the eye, which is not a big issue, and in a way I'm glad, because I know what it is now, so that's okay. That's okay.
That is. And it can be fixed then?
No. Well, yes it can. You can have an operation, but actually the risks are actually not worth it. Okay. But it's something that should fade with time. Occasionally it can cause a problem by pulling the retina away, but in my case, that's why they gave me a scan. That's not the case. It's about 10% of people, but so I'm all right on that. So it's just a case of, it's just a bit flipping annoying, but hopefully it'll fade in time. So that's okay. It's good news, really. But basically, I didn't get much sleep. I got about 4 hours sleep. So I'm absolutely shattered. So I'll probably, and we're coming up on 2 hours, so I'll probably round it off in just a few minutes, 42. Sorry, I did ask you what you got coming up. So have you got any videos that are sort of literally uploaded, pending, or videos you're working on that you can give us some sneak preview info on, or is it too secret?
No, I wish I had, but that is currently not in my way of working yet. I have to do that at some point. Writing scripts and all would be helpful as well. But what happens mostly is I find the video, I put it in my editor, cut it in pieces, speak in the middle, and put it out. And that process takes about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So there's never a point in the process that I am in a live stream because, yeah, I'm just done with it, or I'm in the live stream.
Yeah.
And do it after. But no, I have nothing planned at the moment.
Well, I sort of am similar in that I do take a video and I cut it up. I'll actually I'll listen to, I've come across a video, listened to it and thought that's dumb. I can do something with that. Then I'll listen to it again more carefully and think, do you know what? At that point, I could interrupt and I could talk about so and so for a few seconds, or I can crack this sort of joke or whatever. And then I go through and do what you do: cut it up into chunks, and then I'll start filming, and I'll film in and slot in each little bit. And then some bits I think, do you know what, I'm not going to do anything with that, so I'll throw that little chunk of the original video away. So I'm quite similar in many ways. It works for me. Obviously, it works for you.
Yeah, that is what I usually do as well, except for that last video. I heard only the first 3 minutes of that Christian lady.
Yeah.
Then I decided to do the video. I started recording and cutting up in the beginning and speak in the middle, blah, blah. And halfway through, I actually say, hey, I'm admitting something. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well.
Okay.
Some people say this was one of the best and funniest videos I've ever done so far.
So you were basically debunking it real time. You'd not seen it before.
Yeah, but recording.
Yeah.
I do think if I had seen it before, I could have done better. But in this case, I just didn't want to. The original video was 18 minutes with a lot of dead air. I just couldn't bring myself to listening to it first. And then again and again. That was too much.
Yes. Sometimes the stupid wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I do want to just do a final check to make sure I haven't missed any chats. No, I haven't. That last one was from Tim Tully. People who super chatted, thank you very much. I do appreciate them. My apologies for the ones that were super chatted last night when I wasn't there, but they have been read out. They are appreciated too. I appreciate everyone who is a member, a patron, and indeed my guests, and all of you come and join me time and time again. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it. I said to Mrs. S, I'm absolutely shattered. She said, oh, well, perhaps you shouldn't do a live stream. I said, well, look, I've already said to Jessy, and we're going to be doing this. And I said, to be honest, I quite enjoy it when I get going. And we were just talking about it, and I said, do you know what? These people are my friends. And it really is what I think about it. They're friends. You guys are friends, most of which I just haven't met yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. Mr. 42, as always, a pleasure, sir. And I look forward to your next video. I do watch them.
Me too.
Okay. So I'll chuck you back in there. Colon's in there. And
All right.
I think Krauxy is talking, so perhaps you can just explain. We did try. I'm not sure what happened, but obviously time is running out anyway. So thank you very much, sir, and I'll see you again soon, okay?
Thanks for having me. See you next time.
My pleasure. So, as I said, I do appreciate... Oh, I nearly got something wrong there. I do appreciate you all. I really, really do. It's hard to express sometimes exactly how I feel because it means a lot to me. I enjoy doing this. I get pleasure from doing this. And then I get more pleasure when I see thumbs up and people making comments in the videos and liking it. And actually, even those who dislike it and argue. It's good for the algorithm, but it's good for me too. I do enjoy it, the fact that it's perhaps triggered a flat earther, and I hope that my sort of mix of some fairly basic science, I know it's fairly basic, but some fairly basic science, some logic, the very, very rare bit of cheese, I will try and get some in, but it's actually quite difficult, and some little digs at people, some silly humour. I hope that it turns someone away from the dark side. Oh, thank you, Martin H. Just said it does come across. Appreciate that. I better go before I burst into tears. Everybody, love you and leave you. Don't forget Tuesday night. That's Tuesday the 20th. What is it? 21st. 21st. Tuesday 21st. The live Mitchell debunking. I'm sure he'll be watching. He's aware of it. I don't know if he'll comment. I will actually drop a message, see if he wants to come on. See if he'll chat at the end of it. That'll be interesting. I'll give it a go. Till next time, take care, stay sensible.
Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please, best if you please. Here are some flowers, let me display them. Yea, Dr. Wow, you have Arnold slay them. Mr. Sensible, you are a man. Every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help us out, please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof. It can't let me go further. Why was I ever such a dumb flat earther? Mr. Sensible, I'm such a clown. I am the laughing stock of the town.